An instructional video by Jace Consulting Group. All right, in this installment, we're going to talk about our OSS files specifically. In part one of the basic health check, we talked about the email, body of the email and what to look for and how to identify your eNode ID, which it's labeled as site ID here. So we can see it right here. We talked about how to read your basic email, how to quick reference it on a phone and whatnot. But now we've got on our computer, maybe we're at the end of the day on our build, we've come down off of the tower, and we are going to go ahead and do our end of the day troubleshooting. We've opened up our computer, we have our OSS report open, and we're ready to start really digging into the alarms that we have here and figuring out what we need to do in order to fix the issues we have on site. I'm sure most of you work through your health check issues very well, but this is a great learning tool for your newer climbers or your Tech 2 who's just now getting into the health check business. Can be extremely difficult to learn exactly how to navigate your health check. So when you have your PDF file opened up on your computer, this is your OSS report. Again, we've made sure that this is the correct eNode that we're troubleshooting on, and we're going to look into some of these issues here, right? In the summary status, we have these blue headers for our different areas of the health check, right? Cell and administrative state, operational state, availability, reserve, RET status, RSSI, VISWAR, and fiber loss. So say, for example, we want to see this RET issue that we have here. We want to move in the PDF file to find out where it's at. Instead of scrolling through the entire PDF file and trying to find where the RET issues are, actually what we can do is we can actually click on that blue header and it will jump right to where the antenna issues are listed. And there's our RET that we have right here, right? And you can look in the video for troubleshooting RETs to see exactly how to troubleshoot this, but that's how we can find it. We can go to the top of our PDF file, we can click on RET status, and it will jump us right to RETs, the section that's where RET subunits are listed, right? So here's the near units and here's the subunits, all right? So then when we scroll down, we see our RET issue and we can begin to go ahead and look into it. What sector is it on? What technology is it on? What antenna is it on? You know, and then we can start troubleshooting. Is it set for SRED or a multi-RED or whatever the case may be? Same is true for RSSIs, right? If you click on RSSI, it will jump right to the RSSI graph and show you the readings. And you can reference the RSSI video and PowerPoint presentation for troubleshooting RSSIs to figure out how to clear an issue like this. And then also we can see we have VISWAR, and it'll jump straight to the VISWAR section and show us exactly where our problem is. Port B, return loss. You can see that we have an issue there. So that's really the best way to navigate your OSS report in your health check. Now, your OSS report is organized so there's a summary, and then there's an alarm status where we'll see that it's not good, and do we have CSRF on site, and what version of the MyMom are we using, what software version, which none of this really applies to you necessarily, but it's all information that's included in your health check. How many squids are scripted on site, how many DC2s or ray caps we have. These are all things you can check if you have alarms in those areas, right? And then just like on your email in the part one, we saw where there was alarm information. Now we can start to dig in to this a little bit more, where we see, okay, we have a remote IP address unreachable. That's not an alarm we worry about, but we have power disturbance here on the RU32. So say I want to find this power disturbance right here. I want to figure out which RU32 exactly this is on. Well, they've given me the serial number right here. Okay, so on my keyboard on my computer, I'm going to go ahead and copy this serial number, right? I can right click on it, or I can hit Control C on my keyboard and it will copy it for me. All right, and then I'm going to push Control F. Control F is going to bring up this block right here, and in my computer it automatically puts it in there, but I can paste it in there also. Paste that number, this serial number in there, and then hit enter on my keyboard, and it will find all the occurrences of that serial number. And here it is in the actual health check under radio status information, right? So we can see that this is indeed an RRU32B2, just like the alarm said. The operational state of the radio is enabled. It is steady on. Maintenance indicator is off. Fault indicator is off. Administrative state is unlocked. It's RRU number 7. All right. So now that we know that this serial number belongs to RRU number 7, we can go one step further. We can take this information here, copy that just like we did before, and paste it in that find in the Control F function box right here, which is just finding all the occurrences of RRU-7 in this health check. And we're going to go ahead and start to find them. All right, so we can see there's the first occurrence, here's the next occurrence, and this is where it's going to tell us exactly what radio we're looking at, where it's at, how much power is available on that node, and just a whole bunch more information about this issue, right? So it's a 1900 alpha, has a power disturbance, and we're not really going to get into how to troubleshoot this, but power disturbance is a pretty general alarm, but we are looking at how to run through all the occurrences of some number inside our health check. So we can see the next one is right here, and this is going to tell us all about the RI link information. So we see we're working on the same node we were before, RI link 13. We can see its link rate, which is that's the rate of the SFP. It's enabled. It's in XMU1 in port number 10, and it's in data port 1 on the RRU. All right, so we can see all this information about RRU number 7. If we continue down, it'll give us a whole bunch more information about RRU number 7, its unique ID and its PACE ID and all this other kind of, or not PACE ID, I'm sorry, but its eNode BID and all kinds of other stuff. If we continue on, we can see that was the last occurrence of RRU number 7, and then now it's just running through its fiber loss and all this other stuff. So that's one way you can find this stuff in your health check. It's much better than scrolling through to try to find all the information in your health check. Now, you cannot do this on your phone. There's not a way to do this on your phone. There are find functions on your phone, I'm sure, but it doesn't necessarily work through your PDF file like this does here. But that's a pretty easy way to find the issues that are on your site, especially when you have things listed like RU32 and the serial number, which it would take you 20 minutes to search through this. You can do the same thing here. You can just take this one and copy it into the block, and it will do the same thing if there's an occurrence of that in the health check. So you can play around with that and find things in your health check a lot faster than you normally would be able to. So that's pretty much how to navigate your health check and what exactly your health check is going to show you. And there's a part 3 to this that's going to go over each one of these different blocks and what you get from each one of them and what all these headers mean to you and how you can use them to troubleshoot each part of your site. But for now, that's basically how you go through your OSS report. Super important that we use these and we use them to troubleshoot.